ために最も必要なもの、それは運です。
And welcome back to another edition of the Project WEBTOON podcast. One more time with your big dogs here. As always, starting off as your big host here is Sleepy.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Seraph here.
Arc Dragoon.
Yep. Almost skipped out there just a hot second, but how's it going, boys? How you doing this week?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Just tired.
Just tired. Well, I mean, you were on a mad stream there quite a bit, so I'm not surprised. You've been keeping yourself busy. But you had some breaks. You read some stuff. You read a whole lot of stuff.
I did read lots of stuff.
Yes, and
I had a fucking fever dream yesterday, but
a terrifying fever dream that you had to explain to me that I still don't quite understand.
I think he explained it to all of us.
Did he explain it to all of us? Were you there?
No, I left it in the chat.
You typed it out. Oh, okay. Yeah. I did not know that.
I have to record it immediately after the dream, or like
or it just goes away. Okay, all right. I mean, I got the live reaction to it, not the red version. So, but yeah, it's not been a too bad week. We've got quite a few chapters of pretty much everything updated. So that was good. I got my homeboy from beginning after end taking on the teacher finally in the latest chapter, and Dan I standing up. I was so happy with that. I'm excited to talk about that shit. But yeah, so hot chapters from everything this week to talk about. Solo leveling. Like I said before, beginning after the end, Descent of the Demonic Master. So everyone sit back and relax, and we'll jump right into it as we get started. But before we get in, as always, please, if you haven't, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button down below. Definitely helps us out, and also gets you a notification of when our latest chapters and episodes come out here. But not keeping it going too long here, we can definitely move into our first one of this list. Since I already brought her up, we'll move in with Inso's Law. And just beyond that, we got a new chapter like an hour ago for Inso's Law, just to make sure that we talked about it so we could finish out. How was everyone's thoughts on these latest 3 chapters? If I'm right, 3
or 4, right?
Yeah, it was 3 chapters.
About three or four.
3 or 4. What's everyone's thoughts on these latest chapters though? How did we like Danai getting, once again, still reeling back from the last encounter with her new nemesis, and then her confiding. I mean, it's kind of a thing for her, but confiding in some of her other classmates and them giving her a nice little bit of a pep talk to get her spirits up, but then she gets a text from that nemesis asking her to meet her on the roof because that final showdown has to occur. But yeah, when she meets her up there, and of course it's on the roof, and I love the quick Inso's Law pops up there. The roof door is always unlocked for some reason in a video game. You can always meet on the roof. But yeah, the girl is there, and she's basically trying to, I don't know if she says trying to convince or coerce her into basically transferring schools because of all the birds and everything else that's happening, that's going down. So after that, I was so happy. And so Danai just turns on her and goes, everything you said is just bullshit.
Danai finally stood up for herself.
Yeah,
that's big. That's huge.
Straight up, she finally came out and stood up for herself, which is what I was waiting for this entire time. I even brought that up in the last episode we had. I was like, man, when is she gonna just stand up to these? She's dealt with them all the way from elementary to now, And she does finally in this one, just telling her like, yeah, like, if you're gonna hate me, go ahead and hate me. I don't care. You know, it's just, these are silly ass base rumors. None of them are true. And the people that are actually a part of these have already told me they don't believe any of it. And they know it's not true. So why do I care if you hate me? You're gonna waste your time and hate me? Who gives a shit? But just throwing that right in her face. How much did we enjoy just getting to that point in this in these chapters?
I don't really care until she gets her actual just desserts.
So you're waiting for you want the real revenge part to kick in.
Because I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen until like, you know, like, oh, the little blondie is going to do something. Like he's definitely like, oh no, you think this is the end of it? No, I'm going to like make sure that you will never be able to do anything ever again.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was the big end of it all with that, is that, you know, after she basically comes out and tells her like she doesn't care, and then she decides to like go into this like crushed mode about it, and it's like, I'll just push her down the stairs. And homeboy Jinho shows up and is basically like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, and she's like, I wasn't gonna do anything, you know. She tried to turn it around. She's like, no, I saw you and I heard everything you just said. I know that you're a fucking liar. And she's like, you know what? If anything bad happens to her, you best believe you're gonna be the first one I come talk to. But yeah, after they both leave, then Jin-un shows up and is like, oh, this phone you dropped in, and it's from the bodyguard with all the messages, and she just tries to like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, this is all just a joke or something.
It's all a misunderstanding.
It's all a misunderstanding. And he's like, yeah, he's like, people like you think that just saying an apology will get you off of all the, you know, all the retribution, all the responsibility. He's like, nah, it's not done. You're gonna get yours one day. That dude is scary. Especially with the fact that we've seen him in his little connections between him and the connection to most of the top school bullies, and then also his little cousin and her hacker skills.
Hacker cousin, dog.
It's just like, dude, you're gonna have some dangerous connections as you grow up.
And he managed to talk Liru Da into helping him out.
Yeah, that too. Which explains where he's been gone for a couple of chapters, so it explains what he's been up to this entire time. But yeah, so Danai finally standing up. The one girl getting put into her place, but granted, I'm not sure if the plan is entirely done. I don't know what the punishment will be, and if they'll go and tell Yero Yang about it either. Granted, I know her first reaction to do most things that it at all hurts Danai is usually just to fight somebody. So I don't know if I
think at this point she doesn't care about Yero Yang really. Like, because she only said that, hey, make sure that, because she was talking about the other guy who left, because she was like, oh, let him know what happened. Do you understand that? Like I don't think it was Yero Yang ever was the target. It was the guys, the four kings.
Well,
it was in particular the one with the white hair.
Yeah, right. Because she was like, oh, this is a side of you I've never seen before, and all this stuff. Like, she particularly is aiming for the four kings, and she knows that being Yero Yang's best friend, you have the best like seat next to it to be able to get to it.
Yeah. I was just more saying on the idea of like them telling who was responsible for what really happened, because they've usually kept secrets from either Danai or even Yero Yang just to like just let this play out, or don't let them get too involved in the plan that we have going down, just in case. So, but I don't know if this will be a full conclusion to at least this issue. We'll see if what the just desserts will be for our little Miss Thing and her entire anti-cafe. It wouldn't be surprising if he uses his connections and makes his own anti-cafe against her or something, or spreads some new rumor that she can't get out of. Since he's got the entire transcript of his messages back and forth from the bodyguard, so he's got all the leverage he needs to basically bury her. But yeah, so Anything I missed in those 3 chapters there? Because I'm pretty sure we got it was all focused on that.
It was all focused on that. Nothing outside of that.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything in there. All right, sorry for the technical difficulties there, real quick.
Gotta add it.
The screens. But yeah, so so after our talk there for Inso, we'll go ahead and we can move on to our next one here. We got the beginning after the end coming out of the gate with us for this two newest episodes that we got. Let's see.
I mean, we were right.
I mean, yeah, we knew what was gonna happen. We definitely called that part. I think we only missed out on the fact that he didn't take a hit.
He didn't take the L, yeah.
He didn't take any L, which I thought was what he might end up doing, just to possibly get him in trouble. What's up?
To prove him wrong?
Well, not to prove him wrong, just to get him in trouble.
Yeah, he was talking about how he was gonna take an L
because
to get the professor in trouble.
Yeah, because
but then he ended up not taking a whole L.
Yeah, because every person he was challenging, he was clearly fighting well above what he should be for teaching, so to say. He just wanted to show off. But yeah, his fight against the first elf kid, just he schooled him. But when our Princess Catherine stepped in to try and show off a little bit, I thought she might have gotten like a little bit further than the other dude, but it still seemed like he was playing around most of it. But yeah, when Arthur saw that, he was just like, not I'm not having that, not today. And yeah,
if Catherine never focused on defending, she would have had a chance.
Probably, yeah.
She just focused purely on attacking the entire
attack.
time.
But yeah, when Arthur stepped in, it was just like, all right, so this is done. So how is this gonna play out? And exactly like I kind of thought it would happen, he just basically just messes around with the guy the whole fight. He's just dodging every attack, and the dude's just getting more pissed off about it. And then he's like, oh, okay, you want me to switch to defense? You want me to switch from defense to offense? I can do that too. And he just pushes him all the way to the wall. And then that clean end where he knocks him on his ass, and then he just stabs the knife right next to his face, and he's like, thanks for the teaching. It's exactly what I needed. But yeah, this one, these two were just a quick show off for Arthur more than anything. Since he's already gained himself somewhat of a reputation in the school, I'm sure this is gonna inflate that even more so. I'm not sure if you two have anything specific you wanted to bring up in those 2 chapters there, and that whole
It's really
fight.
cool to see Arthur being like the only student able to use that mana enhancement on his body. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen any other student use it.
Yeah, it's because no one else has
nobody else has the
guns.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, I don't know if
he only learned that because he learned it from Granny Sylvie, but
I don't know.
I thought it was cool.
I don't know if there'll be any other students.
Higher up student to learn that, or even a teacher.
I mean, I'm assuming Glass-kun knows it too at this point, or something. Like, it's not like they weren't training while they were waiting before getting back here.
No. Well, I'm kind of wondering. Yeah, he's talking about Elijah.
Okay.
I'm wondering one thing, if there's any other students that actually have, like real field experience, like Arthur, because out of anyone, he's probably the only student that has gone on actual like quests, like actual guild quests. So because I would figure that the age restriction would probably keep a lot of the other students from being able to do that unless they had like some special connection that could get them through the back door. But yeah, he's probably got a little bit more experience in one-on-one fights, not to mention multi-level fights, that he probably isn't gonna have, that no one else in the school is really gonna have in their backhand, unless we get to those, I'd say, more advanced either upper students or those that are come from rougher kingdoms. So I don't know if we might run into any of those other students at some point. But yeah, I definitely saw what you meant by like no one used the mana enhancement ability.
Not even the teacher.
I mean, he recognized what it was, so it's not like he didn't know what was going on. but I don't know if it is like a high level skill or specifically. He said that they were both augmenters, so that's more or less the only thing they would do. I'm sure he was using it to some extent, just to give himself a little bit of a buff. But
or he could have just been, one of those cocky ass idiots who wasn't taking it seriously and then paid for it. Either way,
maybe it could be that too. It seems like he was more pissed off because this kid was putting out way more than he could handle. And granted, we know that Arthur wasn't taking it serious either. He could probably kill that guy.
Arthur was just vibing about.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's pretty much just listening to his Beats audio the whole time, just bobbing his head, just not even worry about the fight. He just know he needed to look good at the end. But yeah, so combat class will at least be done for now. I'm sure this teacher will cause some other kind of headache for him later in any way that he can.
I can see him getting fired right here now.
Just gut.
I mean, he already hurt a student. He's not supposed to hurt students.
I'm sure he can probably.
And it's the second day of the first day.
Yeah,
of
it's
school.
the first day of class. I'm sure he can chalk that up in some way to be like, yeah, it's combat training with hands-on. What do you expect? It's potentially going to happen. But yeah, we'll see how definitely that goes forward. I know that Art can't say too much since you're only a little bit ahead now, currently from where we're at. Not much further. So we'll probably get to that point where we can actually have a more open discussion to figure out with more thoughts to figure out what could happen instead of having actual knowledge.
I think I'm only not much further, but that doesn't mean like depending on how this is adapted,
that it could change.
Yeah,
I don't think it will too much. But yeah, so are we hoping to see combat from any of the other students that we met up with, especially the other disciplinary committee?
I would like to see Claire in action, and I'd like to see the gravity guy.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. Those two would be cool to see the fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think those two would also be interesting to see train out a little bit. I kind of want to see Claire take Arthur on one-on-one, since I'm sure her uncle has said a few things about him, or about a kid that
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, since he was wearing a mask, just
augmenter.
a very unusual kid that was able to match me in some way. But yeah, I mean, that sword's got to be kind of a dead giveaway for him too. It's very unique. But yeah, I don't think I have too much more on that right now. I know I'm excited to see what the next couple of classes will be, if we'll still have more just straight magic classes that are going to be more just Arthur researching and learning, or if we're still going to have some more hands-on training in some other courses yet. I do want to meet out more of the student body as well, see who he meshes with, because so far it's just been all the assholes that he's run into. Nobody else. Just nobody else. Like none of the other students have spoken to him outside of the disciplinary committee, and then the two jerks he ran into that gave him trouble. Need a few more friends in the corner here. Hopefully finish out. But is there anything else on those two chapters that you guys wanted to bring up? Nope.
No.
All right. We'll go ahead. We'll move on here to our next one. Since we were with one master, let's see what the next brings out in the Descent of the Demonic Master. Junho is still trapped. Still trapped under the collapsed bridge.
He's getting out.
They're at the point now that he's getting out, but I do have to keep reminding myself, like, yeah, this is not this isn't an action comic or an action webtoon, because usually it would be like, oh yeah, this is a slice of life, so it's not like it's not usually like most action things. It's like, oh, I'm trapped, okay, they'll have one chapter of the trap and then one chapter of them overcoming it. It usually isn't like a full continuous thing, like, oh no, this is a situation that, you know, they can't get out of easily. So yeah, him, like, seeing him like struggle in this, where he's like, I can't use my power because I've been hurt enough, and he's using whatever power he has. If he was by himself,
he could have gotten out.
Yeah, but and also with him Well, it's more even after, because I mean, I still think even if it was by himself, he'd still get trapped, but he'd still need a little bit of assistance, or he'd have a few days that he'd need to recoup. But because he has the extra person,
if he wasn't by himself, he would have been able to escape as the blast was going off.
No, probably for that.
He would have just been able to, like, just leap fast and get out of it. But he had to, like, oh, I'm stuck with someone here.
Yeah, it couldn't didn't want to give her whiplash from the excess speed, but yeah, him taking the damage and then him having to basically hold up all of the rubble from her getting crushed, as well as the slow dehydration that they're going through from day to day here. But our homeboys are out there trying to help out, and I do like, that we got to finally see the one guy from the association showing off like some of his martial prowess, and the fact that he can sense their energies. But then he's kind of at a loss for words of like what to do next. But surprisingly enough, the psychotic plan of just maybe if we blow up the bridge kind of thing comes out, and it's usually more well thought out to, or kind of insane at like the amount of craziness that he has to get into, is the one to like okay it. So I was kind of like, oh, okay. I figured that there would have been some other like runabout plan that they would end up running into or something, but he's like, no, we're just gonna go with the blow up option. Because
if they try to get an excavation team, bro, it would have probably took too long and she would have died.
Yeah, I mean, that's would have been the thing. He's like,
so that's why they were like, all right, cool, let's just blow this up. That's the fastest way. We know he's a strong guy. He can handle this. Yeah.
Well, it's nice. It's just interesting to see how well that like they already seem to have a grasp of knowing him overall. Like him being in the situation, it's like if this was just him, we could do something silly and he would escape. It would be no problem. He wouldn't. But the fact that he's choosing to stay in there means that something else is obviously hindering him, and that he's clearly, not at that full point. But the fact that they can now come up with this plan and go, we can't relay to him exactly what we're going to do, but he'll know what to do. It's like, oh, okay, so everyone's kind of got that understanding and that knowledge of each other, and they're friend sharing way more so. But yeah, I kind of wonder now. Also, we know that the gang members took credit for it. They called homeboy on the phone and told him that they did it. So they do clearly think that he's dead. Which, yeah, 2 chapters after this,
a few days to recover. Real quick.
Two chapters after this, bodies everywhere, just red walls all day,
lying down on the ground, bro.
Have I not seen such a massacre with such a smile on my face?
They about to get off screen so fast.
Pretty much. So, I mean,
Aston and Goto Ryuji getting off screen, dog.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of retribution is coming their way, because, kidnapping was enough to get a few folks decapitated and head planted into a ground. I don't know what an attempted murder is going to give them at this point.
And after that, we're just going to go back to our regular...
Yep, our regular murder in a regularly scheduled program. What kind of tea would you like to order? How would you like that pizza? There's something special in the sauce.
Exactly.
There's something special in the sauce now.
Action's cool and all. I just love seeing him live his life.
Yeah. So, but the one thing is at the end here, when they finally go through with the plan of detonating the rubble around him, he isn't able to fully get out as easily because he's got a small amount of his energy, and he states he has to tap in to this other core of power. Do we think that that's like
no, he's tapping into life energy?
Okay, so this is literally the energy that's sustaining him more than anything. So will this weaken him going forward? Will he not be able to, or will he have to basically restart down a level at cultivating? Because he's now using that.
Who knows?
We'll find out.
I mean, that's the only thing I saw. It's like, oh, okay, so this energy is
next
something
time
more precious.
On Descent of Demonic Master.
Everyone made it out safe and had some pizza. and then the plan of murder was slowly put into place. But anything on those 2 chapters though that I missed? Anything you guys
No.
speculating or wanted to bring up? Nope.
I think I'm
Alright.
pretty good.
All right. We'll go ahead. We'll move on here to our next one with Solo Leveling. Seraph, I know you've probably already had a big talk on this one, so I'll let you run the train on that.
Actually, I didn't really say too much.
Really? Okay.
It's because I already knew it was.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You already knew it was going down.
Exactly.
All right. Well, you want to regale us with the history of what happened on this these last 2 chapters, though?
We got the main man, Christopher Reed. He was given a premonition that he was going to die by a group of people. And in the beginning of the last chat of chapter 140, we see him waking up from his bed, walking around because he feels presences around. And they have some type of sound magic that negates all sounds. And they duke it out with, he ends up seeing a couple of monarchs. The Beast Monarch.
Yep.
I'm going to take a guess and say that's the Insect Monarch. And I don't know who Pretty Boy Red Vest is, though.
No, I don't know who the boy was. He was completely new. I thought it might have been the one dude from the beginning of the season, but I'm like, nah, that doesn't look like him.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then they all gang up on Homeboy.
yeah.
And Christopher Reed takes an L. And then after that, we get a little bit with Jin Woo going to the airplane and hanging out with Adam White, I think his name was. Adam White brings up Jin Woo's dad. Jin Woo gets pissed, chokes Adam White out. And then they are all of America practically is just suspecting that he's a monster that came out of a gate.
Mm-hmm.
Took human form. That just managed to take his dad's form.
Yep. Yeah, the discussion he has going with Adam White while he's just surrounded by these other guards, and he just straight up chokes him the moment he hears his dad's name, and he's like, yeah, that's not you don't talk about that. That's not something you bring up in polite conversation. And
we found your dad like several months ago. We just didn't tell you about it.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
We've kept this knowledge from you and the world, but we're gonna release it now. And it's like, yeah, so your dad's basically gonna go on the national most wanted list across the globe potentially.
He's our number one on killing this guy here. And you didn't think that you should have told us like when you found him? No.
Or when you were, offering me a spot on your roster. None of that seemed like a good time to maybe tell me.
My dad is roaming around this place,
Maybe it's time to choke a bitch. Is that it?
I think it might be time. It might be time to do that, and that's exactly what he did. Christopher Reeve's L, the permanent L, though. I thought, I mean, this at least does show, and I don't know if all of them attacked or if it was just the one pretty boy that he took on.
I'm pretty sure he ended up fighting.
But yeah, Chris,
you got 3 people with you versus 1 nation rank hunter.
Well, but that's the thing, that we've all been trying to speculate exactly the true power level of the national rank hunters, and it would be. Granted, we got to see what one of the monarchs was tied down still, and that was enough to even scare, our homeboy Jin Woo a little bit. So, a non-bound one, fully powered, taking on a national rank and laying them in the dirt like that. If just one of them was able to do that, what does that say about the rest of them? Granted, not saying that all national levels are on the same exact tier. But yeah, for one of their top to just go out like that, especially after he was told, so it wasn't like he was just caught entirely off guard. He'd been given some level of warning, and he still caught that pretty badly. The body he left behind did not look pretty. It reminded me of what's his name from Hunter x Hunter when he died. Old man. Just the full,
Netoro?
Yeah, Netoro. He just decaying, just slowly aging and decaying there. I'm just like, that did not go out the way we thought it might. But so one national's down. Jinwoo's been informed that his dad is essentially roaming, and all of America is more or less putting him on the hot seat of, we believe your dad is numero uno suspect in killing our national rank hunter. Anderson shows up, of course, and he knows that Jinwoo is traveling, at least within the area, and he made a declaration to the other dude that got put into the dirt by Jinwoo's dad.
You mean Andre?
Yeah, Andre. Thomas Andre?
Yeah, you said Anderson.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, wait a minute, who we talking about?
Names. But
they hard.
So, I know that Andre's at least made the comment that, he doesn't like when people mess with his toys. But he told the dude, he's like, he should not go after Jinwoo in any way. Like, don't even play with him. I don't know if this is him like, no, you don't want to, I don't want you touching him because I want to be the one to lay him out. Or if he's just like, we don't need that kind of heat right now, but we're going to handle this later. But I know that, or he's just trying to egg him on because he wants him to go do some dumb shit. Because the dude did not look happy from the order he gave him at the end of the day.
Yeah, Huang Dong-soo. That man was big mad.
I mean, that last panel, just bleeding from the lip. Just don't say nothing. He will put that fist through everything of me. My soul won't even be left behind. So yeah, that plan, but also, the association gets a request of information for specifically Jinwoo's files and his information, at least on all of his confirmed hunts, and it's specifically coming from China's top, their national level hunter.
Liu Jigang.
I don't know how to say his name at all.
I'm taking a wild guess in the dark.
Yeah. If we're saying it right, comments down below, put a pronunciation guide for us. It would definitely help out. But yeah, he's looking into him. So I don't know if he's just the strong are attracting the strong, and now he's just getting other people that are looking for new challengers, or what's potentially happening here exactly.
No.
I mean, just a question of circumstances that are occurring. We know that he hasn't said anything to anybody apparently about what he experienced in the dungeon, about the monarch he found, because according to them, he's like, after he completed that, he didn't go back home. He just got on a plane. He's been roaming. He stayed out of the spotlight. So I don't know if people are now like looking at like, what, you defeated this, what happened, what would you see inside? I don't know if he gave them a bogus report or something, but I know that we had asked that before, like, would he say anything because of the potential like collapse of their society for what they use for their entire energy source.
I don't know.
Too many high level questions there without not enough answers or information.
I don't think the problem is I don't think he even trusted all the words that was given to him too. So he doesn't know exactly what's fuck's going on either. So I
mean, they were supposedly still under the same spell where they couldn't lie, weren't they?
Supposedly.
So I mean, if we are to believe that, everything he said is to a
yeah, but
true.
remember it also did the thing where like you can omit truth. It only does with what like you actually say and not like what you're leaving out. So
it doesn't say anything about half truths.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can. I mean, I guess that's true. They can omit certain things and it still not be a complete lie. So
they can also they can omit. They can only admit the truth, but they don't have to tell the whole truth.
Yeah. Just enough, unless the other person asks the right question that forces them into saying exactly what's going down. But yeah, I was just wondering if anyone had some insight I might have missed in there, just because I know these last couple of chapters, while there's been action, there has been a decent amount of like hidden information that's been going on. If you're just like kind of paying attention to certain things and the implications that Jinwoo's kind of walking himself into more and more with getting involved with some of the other countries, and his profile just rising more going forward here. I'm kind of wondering, if at one point he is going to himself become the enemy, or people are going to start seeing him as a monster, just because he's getting to that point, but he's becoming more uncontrollable. He's getting special treatment.
Jinwoo is his own nation at this point.
I mean, they basically kind of admitted that. Like, yeah, he is strong enough to be his own entire army. So,
I mean, we've basically seen him solo dolo 2 S-rank dungeons.
Yeah, very much. And the fact that the other guild was completely fine with not being invited to this conference over his guild.
Yeah, Choi's guild?
Yeah, which is still, only 3 people big right now? Him, his, the guild.
The Ajin guild.
His guild
3
master,
members.
and his, the other dude's cousin, I think.
Yeah, Jin-O's cousin.
Yeah, so... I figure some people might get a little salty about that, but I'm sure they're quick to step back and like, I really don't need to, I don't need that kind of shit in my face right now. So, but anything else from these last couple of chapters with solo leveling? Anything big you guys wanted to bring up or talk about there?
No,
got everything.
No.
All right, we'll go ahead here. We'll move on to our next one with the darkest of the ladies in Mookhyang. Ark, you want to try and break down everything that we had happen in these 3 chapters? I don't know who's on whose team in this. There's so many factions.
It's a lot of fighting, and there's like 5 different factions going on at the same time, and that's not even including Dark himself, who's just kind of like, nah, I just want to watch.
I mean, he's not even fighting. He's just observing everything that's going down.
Yeah, because he kind of just wants to know like the power level of like the rest of the countries. He's like, oh, is this where everything's at? Oh, okay, I could deal with this whatever I want. It's fine.
I mean, he may think, or I don't know if he's
the only thing that the only impressive part was like, oh yeah, they're using a formation. It's like, oh, I'm surprised they actually even know what a formation actually is. Like, because it's the equivalent of like a cultivator's formation or martial arts formation, where like, oh yeah, if you got many work together in order to become
stronger
order to combat yeah. So I mean, that's basically what happens. There's not a lot that goes on. It's just a lot of fighting with Dark commenting on like, oh yeah, they're doing formation, and then like the other guy's like, yeah, but they're so weak. It's not like they were doing anything. Nah, just watch. When they cover each other, it's fine. So like that's all that it is. And then it has it where the country from like the religious country, right? Because they're also watching too, right?
The Holy Knights are there as well.
Yeah.
The Holy Knights, Corlent, Argon, and then Dark's party.
Yep.
Yeah, and then whatever party is the one that crashes on the ship, and then I'm honestly
I thought that might have been the country they double crossed at first, because the way the final chapter, the final couple of panels with the ending chapter happens, where because they got on one ship, but they left behind the dragon parts, and they also left the 3 other mercenaries there, and now they're like in the city under siege currently. So I don't know if like, okay, so maybe someone got away or heard something and they've alerted the rest of the army, and that was the army that was waiting for them.
If there was a fucking plan, it's just everything's just fucking falling apart. So
I mean, yeah, it is clearly. But yeah, I no one was stating out exactly who was who all the way through, so I didn't know what battle was currently happening. But yeah, the whole fight.
No one's wearing colored uniforms, so you'd be like, oh, it's the green team and it's the yellow team.
I mean, they're wearing. I mean, the thing that could tell us apart was like, okay, your Titan is different from their Titan, so now I can differentiate between you. But
yeah, but they
didn't tell us
like, oh, the Black Knights, those are the Black Knights. These are the Red Knights.
These are
and I was like, wait, do you guys have Black Knights too? And then what I think I was like, is it the Black Knights that attacked the ship? Because that's what I was so confused a little bit there. But okay, I feel like I need another chapter or two to like flesh out exactly the exact sequence of events because everything is happening all at the same time.
Yeah. Just a nice layout of the entire scope of what's going down, so I know who's where and who's doing what kind of thing here. But yeah, we did at least get a return of our supposed Gosu, who fell out of one of the Titans.
Yes.
Yeah, and he is apparently a part of the, I guess, traveling party that Dark is with, because he snatches up the one guy and says that, oh, this is the lady I was telling you about.
The Elementalist.
The
she's
Elementalist
so much
we tried.
Stronger now. What did you do?
Well, not just so much stronger. It's just, wait, how did you grow up so fast? I've only left you like a month ago. Eating that good food. But yeah, he shows back up, and yeah, I do like the banter where he tells him, he's like, this is the lady I told you about, and then he backs up for a quick second. He's like, but you called her a lady, and Dark didn't like get pissed or get freaked out at him. It's like, what's their real relationship? But yeah, so mostly a fighty chapter, but there was so much underhanded stuff here that I'm like, I don't know who's on whose team really.
Like there was like a backstab, and then there was a backstab, and then it was like, surprise, we come in and attack right now.
The backstab was actually a double cross the whole time.
So many factions going on.
I mean, it makes sense when you have warring nations on every side.
Yeah, like I was like, yeah, this is that part in this, like in the United States where you can touch 4 different states at the same time, but then they're all like opposing countries, and they're like, oh, we're all at war at the same time.
I'm fighting them, but you're fighting him, so we'll help you fight them, but then we're gonna fight after that war's done.
But surprise, backstab you now. You're like, hey, I thought no, okay, I guess not. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, at least Dark is getting some more intel on the overall country's makeup as it is. And
yeah, this is expanding the actual world of the world, so we know where everything is.
Yeah, well, that, and also finding out all of these individuals, hopefully at some point we'll learn exactly why most of these countries are fighting one another. If it's over, because I mean, they did this whole expedition for resources.
Over for the dragon parts, but like Dark is like, oh, you guys are fighting for dragon? That thing's useless.
That thing is
like,
completely
meaningless.
He's like, no, that's meaningless.
It's
that's
completely
absolutely
useless.
Trash.
I got god tier items. What do you mean? I don't need this shit.
My sword's from a dragon greater than this dragon. Why do I care? And it's my dad.
And then Dark gets another slave. The guy who.
Oh, he gets another friend.
Yeah, he gets another friend who's like
friend/slave.
I've been abandoned and like there's nowhere else to go. So if I give you a mecha,
you'll join me.
Wait, is that your offer? No, I'll think about it. Okay, you're mine now. You're mine. There's no debate about
no debating.
it. Like,
it's just like, oh, I'll give you this thing and you will now permanently become under my fingers. Perfect. All right. Moving on. I mean, that is Dark's mentality to how he works. If anything, he himself is also slowly building up his own school of fighters as well.
Mm-hmm.
In a very roundabout way, but he's essentially doing that.
It's not that different from if you're reading the origin where he kind of goes around and does that to everyone. He's like, oh no, I don't care about different factions. I literally just care about the pursuit of more power.
But he wants everyone else to be in that same pursuit. Or is he building?
No,
he's just building other people strong so that he has opponents to go against.
No, he just has nothing against people who has the pursuit of power. He's like, oh yeah, you want to be strong? Yeah, I'll teach you how to be strong. If you want to fight me later, it doesn't make a difference because I'm still gonna beat you. Like, and if I can't beat you, then that's as far as I could go. Like that's how it is. Like he's like, oh okay, yeah, sure.
This is the Dark is the final version of what the Sith really wanted. We just want strength. I'm not being evil or mean about it. I just want strength.
Yeah, the pursuit of pure power.
Pure power. If only. Well, either way, we'll have to see what. I'm pretty sure the next chapter will probably focus on that other group getting attacked, since I think help was still supposedly going to be on the way there, or if that other.
We're supposed to get reinforcements. Oh no, we're getting attacked now. Ah! Like, man, that was a lot all at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a lot going on. In that
hopefully
chapter.
that situation
I'm not
isn't
gonna
too
lie.
bad, because we need to go back to see what Dark is doing right now, and you guys can hold out for like another chapter or two, right? All right, you'll be fine. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens there, because a lot of shit is going down. But yeah, I kind of hope they do like a nice good 4-chapter release or something, so we just get all that in one, and I can kind of digest it slowly to figure out.
I don't think they make that much
Right.
difference with the clusterfuck until I think the story only cares about the outcome of what's going to happen here, because like it looks like a bunch of like factions are all joining in the fight, and it's only going to care about like who wins out in the end there.
Yeah. I mean, it could go to just him getting all this observance, and then he comes back and we get the whole like, all right, let me exposition dump you everything I just saw and have understood about this world, and then other people kind of refine it down for him because they live there and they kind of know the state of whatever everything's going on. Oh yeah, his dad is still back in the castle. I forgot about that.
No, they're on the way traveling to find Dark.
Oh, are they actually gonna go? Are they actually looking for him?
Yeah, remember, because that's why they left. They were like, oh, well, Dark's not here right now. He's in a different part. And it's like, well, let's go get him. Do we have a say in this? No.
I mean, I guess I know the dragon doesn't feel any negative side effects about freely traveling around the country, because what does he care about the humans' issues? But I'm not sure if the others.
Stop me?
I'm not sure if the others care so much about just walking across warring lines and, you know, being okay with it for their own safety. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Daddy Dragon will run into some of the other dragons, since I know he probably knows.
Go up and be like, wait, you guys killed a green dragon? Fuck. Well, I guess.
Time to burn a city in my own rage.
No, it's not in his own rage. He'd be like, oh, let me teach humanity that what it means to mess with a real fucking dragon. It's not out of rage. It's just out of like, no, let me teach you a lesson.
It's just teaching time.
Yes.
Pops needs to lay down a quick lesson about how the world really works. All right. Well,
if you want to kill a dragon, be less noisy about it. Apparently, right? Like that's how it should go.
I don't know. Is it? I didn't think it was that easy for them to do it this time. So it doesn't seem like it's a feat that just kind of people walk around doing on the regular. But yeah. Anything on those couple of chapters there from Mookhyang?
No, I think we're waiting for a couple more chapters before any big
anything
set on it. Yeah.
Big sets up. All right. Well, all right then. Well, we'll go ahead. We'll move on here to our next one. Since we went from one strong lady to, we'll actually go to the dad right now with now in Peerless Dad, in his very terrible situation that he seems to keep walking into every time he tries to do anything.
My man turns a corner and there's a problem every fucking time. There's no other way around it.
If this man can't at all just, you know, stop walking down back alleys. Like, even when he leaves a city, he manages to find the underbelly of another city, just seconds in.
Bro, the Arthur won't give our boy a break. He's just trying to go home to his kids, man. His kids. This is a story about a loving father and his kids.
And we spend most of the story talking about him being away from his kids.
Yeah, man, he's just trying to go home to his kids, and then all these motherfuckers want to chase a guy named the Storm Thief, and
yeah. So,
Sir, I have nothing to do with this. Can I just leave, please?
The way the situation's working out now, it's not like he can just like bow and just be like, I'm just a random traveling person. I'm not a part of this and get out of it, because he's just too close to the situation. It seems like everyone's just willing to attack anybody that walks by. So I do applaud on him using some level of strategy of just like, nope, just hide, let them go by, and they'll just run to this battle. But I guess he didn't even think that it was going to get as big as it did. Granted, I don't think he knows who all the factions are, but we got to see some of the other.
Oh, it doesn't make a difference, because he's
people.
like, man, there are too many motherfuckers here.
there's too many motherfuckers walking around, bro. We're leaving.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
I mean, he's trying to dip out. He's trying. But, yeah. The fray apparently attracts a grandmaster to the battle. And I did love that declaration because it's just like, it's a when the person like makes a laugh and he's just like, what is that? And homegirl's like, oh, that's a sound attack. And he's like, I don't get what that is. He's like, well, it's using a harmonic and it's affecting everybody. You can see just from their faces, like they're all just
let me just explain it. You yell real loud and then people stop.
You yell real good, people just stop moving. But yeah, I don't know if this is a plus up for disabled folk, but yeah, the master that shows up is the two-fingered demon.
Yes, I've practiced so hard that I only have 2 fingers left: a thumb and
an index finger.
My pointer finger.
In his index finger, and he's just like, and it's all I need to kill every one of you motherfuckers. I do like that the storm chaser just screams out. He's like, "Who is this? Tell me who your presents are." And he just shows up right in front of him, and he's just hovering. And I'm like, "Oh, you're just gonna die here now. Is that what it is?" And he's just like, "Nope." Just bows quickly and just tells him his name and gives him praise for appearing. He doesn't state.
I have the magical pill, though. Please don't kill me.
I'll give you this pill. But at least he tries to incite that riot, and everyone's hunger seems to be much more satiable than it is for their own safety, because they were willing to look like they're about to jump in and take on the master for that pill, which what was that called? It was the blessing of life.
The life pill,
pill, or the life of blessing. Basically, just something to extend one's life further beyond. So, yeah. But I don't know if now we'll take this chance to run away, because I think that's supposedly going to be Storm Chaser's guess as well. If he'll run into him while they're both running away, or if he's still kind of paralyzed from moving, just because this dude is like, yeah, I'll just kill anybody that moves going forward. And he tested it out real quick. Just that one dude with the sword, just straight through the chest. I don't understand how he keeps meeting up with these god level people. Just another demon walking out.
Dude.
It's a JoJo theory. That's
JoJo theory. What's the JoJo theory?
No matter where you go, you gonna meet somebody god tier.
Stand users meet stand users, right? That's how that works.
That's just how that works.
Medium world people meet medium world people. And he's already met 3 of those demons. Now at this point, Noya, his master, and now this dude.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
and
I don't know if the two-finger if the demon part is just an added on name, or if it actually means something else, since we had like the metal demon. I don't know if that's just an added on name for him as well, but yeah, I don't know how Noya is going to try and sneak out of this, or if he's going to use what he seems to have, just a very well strategic mind in certain situations, but completely simple when it comes to other things. Yeah, I kind of want to see what happens. I'm surprised the other dude hasn't shown up yet either. The fire user, because he was supposedly chasing after this guy as well, or at least that's what he thought. Figured he'd be in this fray too.
We'll see.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't show up. But yeah, a full chapters on just this situation with now just handling very bad decisions left and right. I don't know how long it's going to take him to get to that village that he's been traveling to.
It's not bad decisions, it's just bad situations. He's not making bad decisions.
I guess, maybe. He didn't have to attack that one dude. He could have done that in a different manner.
Oh, fuck them. You put trash in their place, alright?
And this is what happens. You put trash in their place, and then all of a sudden, much worse trash shows up.
No, even if he didn't put these guys in their place, this event still would have happened. Like,
are we so
because
sure?
they were already like colliding on this moment. Like,
he might have just walked out of town a little further before he got into this scrap. Not 100% sure, but either way. All right. Well, is there anything else on that chapter, on those couple chapters of Peerless Dad, that I missed or wanted to bring up in?
No.
Nope. All right. Well, let's move on here. Seraph, you want to take us through our journey in Lore Olympus?
Oh man. In chapter 149, we get a whole bunch of just wholesomeness.
The lovey-doveys.
The lovey-doveys between Persephone and Hades. They kiss in the beginning of the chapter. Last time they were about to kiss, and we were betting if they were gonna
if they were actually gonna
get interrupted or not.
As it
and
has
no,
been.
They didn't, and they were about to take it a step further, and then Persephone starts to literally turn into butterflies.
Butterfly away.
She's about to leave.
Just getting a little too shy in a literal sense. Yep.
And Hades just pretty much practically tell her everything about him wanting to have her stay.
Yep.
He's not worried about anything as long as he's with her.
Yep. The also wholesomeness of it all. Just two people really talking out, connecting on that deeper level.
Connecting, getting to love each other. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was nice. That was all nice to see. And we've already known that a lot of her powers are directly connected to her emotions. So just the fact that he's physically trying to leave the situation even though she wants to be there, it's just so embarrassing for her.
No, it's not because it's embarrassing.
Or not just embarrassing, but
it's traumatic because she's dealing with Apollo stuff.
Well, yeah,
it's very traumatic to her. And then at the end of the chapter, we see Demeter flow into the
Demeter
underworld.
makes her appearance finally, where she's been at this entire time.
Hiding
as a bird, apparently.
Yes, her brilliant scheme that she came up with. I don't know what a cartoon bit that is, but I kind of saw I was thinking of DuckTales kind of happening there as she was talking with Hector about let me tell you about the entire plan that I had to escape what was going on and everything, and Hector's just standing there and just really, well, I could tell you what's actually going on, and she's just going through everything, just not listening.
Maybe it's better to not let you know that she's here with Hades.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of surprising that Demeter would run just because we've had that. You and I spoke, Ark, about that. Just she would be one of the more powerful of the gods.
Oh, yeah.
She's one of the oldest.
She is the oldest on the entire pantheon because she's no, I'm older than Zeus. Zeus had to convince me to join him on his side to stop Dad.
It's so I'm just
because,
I'm surprised
because
you've grown.
Demeter is actually Zeus's aunt, right?
Yeah, she's technically, I believe she's also a Titan technically.
Yes.
She's actually one of the, she just defected and became a god as well. But yeah, so I'm just okay, it's strange, but I mean, I guess the idea is she doesn't want to wage war because her daughter is missing, and that's kind of her whole her entire life for her right there, so she doesn't want to.
No, it's because what they've done here is they've changed Persephone a bit and made it where she may or may not be a fertility god.
Goddess. Yeah.
And that in the lore of every single time, she's not wrong. Every single time there's a fertility goddess, shit always happens. Mm-hmm. So there are she's no, I just don't want my daughter to be involved in this, please. Because Zeus will probably kill her because history repeats itself.
Yeah.
And even in mythology, it was supposed to said that Zeus eating Metis was because Metis was pregnant with Artemis and her brother, right? And Zeus is nah, I'm gonna eat Metis now before she can give birth. Mm-hmm. And eventually Zeus's head had to be split open because
the headache. But but the same story is literally the father having the same kind of fear or being told that a prophecy that one of the coming children
history's gonna repeat itself and someone's gonna kill you and it's your own son.
Yeah. Yep. So no, yeah, I did see that with her, it's always somebody, but even they linked to someone of Zeus's family line getting in contact with a fertility goddess in some way, and then that leading to the destruction of not only the goddess but also kind of the world. One son kills another. Yeah. So, and I did like Hector's like entire line is like, well, that can't be true because let's see.
Ares won't do it
because he's a fucking moron. He can't stick to a plan. And his other son doesn't want anything to do with the family.
Want anything to do with it.
He fucking hates him. So
who else could do it? And then they zoom in on Apollo, and I was like, wait. Out of all of them, we really want to go with Apollo this? I was like, I know there is lore where Apollo kind of tries to usurp Zeus once, but he does that with Poseidon, not with like a fertility goddess or anything.
Not with a fertility goddess or anything else. Yeah. I mean, but lore these lores are being slightly rewritten.
And then any other time where like Apollo like does anything to Zeus, it's because like it involves Apollo's kid. Like Zeus throws a fucking bolt of lightning at Apollo's kid because Zeus didn't want anyone helping humanity, just like, you know, because of
the fire thing.
Yeah, because of the fire shit.
Yep.
Right? And he was like, no, I don't want anyone helping humanity. But then Apollo's like, yeah, but my son is the god of medicine, and that's
it's literally his purpose.
Yeah, that's the paradox there. So he's like, well, I'm gonna kill your son then. Well, then, Dad, I'm gonna fuck you. And that's where that goes. Like, it's never ever been like unwarranted. So that's why I think it's weird that we have Apollo here being the one when.
But I mean, Apollo is a piece of trash in this, so.
Yeah. So I have no idea because it makes it seem like Apollo is smarter here than he is supposed to be, when in even lore he's kind of just as stupid as Zeus going around. So I have no idea.
I mean, Apollo definitely seems like he might be a little bit more intelligent / devious. I mean, he's able to like when his first plan, like, oh, I'm to get Persephone on his on his side, or him going to Hera, he tries to go through a proper channel, but he's using his own set laws.
If his plan was to use Persephone to do all this stuff, I'm gonna tell you this: he has gone about it the worst way possible.
Well, right? I'm not saying that his plan was for that with her, but like it could lead to that. But just showing off like how he tries to manipulate everything to like get his way shows him having like a little level of some intelligence. I mean, after the first plan failed, and him just going to Zeus and trying to basically stir up everything, it gives him a little bit more rewrite to kind of increase his intelligence a bit, but it also increases his scumbag level really high at the same time. So, I mean, because I mean, the other story, like you said, with him and his son, it's like, all right, that's Apollo not being a bad person. Zeus is a dick. So you're on his side. But here it's like, no, you can't be on Apollo's side. He's total trash. All day. But yeah. Anything else in those chapters there? I think we got pretty much everything for Lore Olympus, though.
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
I think we got just about
just 2 chapters.
It was just 2 chapters, yeah. They're on a pretty regular schedule, so between our every episode we get about 2 chapters for them. So yeah. We'll go ahead. We can move on to our next one here just before the last with FFF-Class Trashero. Only 1 chapter coming out of the gate, and a continuing one of constantly bringing out that he is just the worst villain that we could ever get. They even dub him the king of evil.
We get a return of the teacher, though.
We did get a return of the teacher. Mrs. Morals shows up. Because
she's like, wait, you're not supposed to fuck everything up. No, I'm gonna fuck everything up. Just let you know this.
He's disturbed the festival.
I just wanted to go home. You didn't want me to go home. You put me in this festival.
I just found out that
fuck this festival up.
I just found out that everyone else here got to go home. Do you understand that? Let me fucking go home.
Bro.
That continues.
My guy caused a whole war, and it's got the Saintus on his side, bro. He's smooching up the Saintus over here.
The Saintus just sucking on because he's like, no, give me your divinity.
Give me that divine energy, yes.
It's okay. He's got himself a little girlfriend now too. It's okay,
His rice cake.
His little rice cake, the little cutie pie rice cake. You feel me? and now he's got, you know,
I like how she doesn't
all her
question
homies.
any of the evil stuff he does now because she's like completely brainwashed.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is she completely like hypnotized to him? Like, is she not noticing?
She loves him, dog. She loves him.
Right. Just so much true love here, as he just destroys the holy city in the festival.
I like how the next opponent is like the
Chaos Dragon.
The Chaos Dragon in its prime. He's like, oh, I get another toy.
He's about to fucking throw down with this guy, dude. He's about to beat its ass. No bars held back.
I actually think what's going to happen is it's going to recognize the sword, because remember he was told that, hey, bring the sword to the dragon, right?
Yeah.
Either the sword or his power, because he does have Chaos Triple S.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he's.
You know, he's gonna be like, oh damn, you're like a higher level than me. Hold up, this isn't right.
You're like me.
Yeah, it's gonna notice the Chaos Dragon abilities that he has, and be like, well, I'm yours. It's done. Fuck, you see this angel? Yeah, she ain't shit. I'm with you now. You know?
Just gonna turn on the angel.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Oh. Well, we'll have to see. That, or he's gonna get himself a new chaos power. I mean, I don't know if it has any effect on him with the divinity though. If that'll lessen that, because he's been trying to raise that divinity class more and more. I don't know if those two kinds of elements can mix with one another. Chaotic divinity.
It makes no difference.
Because
he also has like the demon energy, right? Which is maxed out on S.
Yes, that's why he's able to control / enslave all of those
No, he's triple S.
Other hunters. Is he triple S on that?
Yeah, because he looked at the guys for like the demon stuff, and he's like, oh, you're double S? Well, I'm triple S.
So therefore you listen to me.
Yup. And that's how he got all those demon worshippers up on his side.
On his side, yeah. I did love that they all just like they all get kind of handled by the guards, and then he just has the Saints bring them all back, and they're just exclaiming, for the evil Lord.
It don't get better than that, bro.
You just have,
you know what I mean?
Your permanent healer is also your girl.
Technically, he's doing what like the party system in which like they like the gods wanted him to do in the first place, right?
Make a friend.
Fall in love with a girl, right? He falls in love with you.
Yes, in the most dark way possible, I guess, if that's how we want to see it.
It just involves mind break. That's all it is.
Yeah, like that's basically what it was. Goddamn.
Also, according to like the novel readers and stuff, like, oh no, he's supposed to do it. He's supposed to like suck divinity out of her like via fucking and like everything else, everything degenerate. So it's like,
I kind of figured that the novel.
Wait, Redo healer?
No.
No, not quite that. Let's not go there again. God, for all those poor people that listen to that. Had to put a fucking NSFW symbol on that one. Yeah. So, Kingso, Chaos Dragon, and I guess a even higher class angel, Archangel, something. They didn't really give her a name or a title. I didn't see.
She's just a teacher staffing.
Is she his teacher staffing? Is that what she is?
That's what Kang Su says. Teaching staffs.
Or he goes. I think he asked, "Are you a part of the teaching staff?" I'm sure he does want to deal with them. I'm surprised every time that Moral shows up that he doesn't attack her. Like, I don't know if that's just his intelligence. It's just like, no, don't fuck with her because maybe. Or if it's just like
this actually there.
Yeah, I don't think he can hit her because she's not actually there.
It's just a manifestation. She's not.
Yeah, it's like
it's like a mental thing.
Because no one else can interact with her. It's just kind of like momentarily you're talking to her like in Smash Space or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like with the other teacher.
Yeah, the other floating teacher. I figure she's not there in the fact of like others can't see, but like he's able to. I didn't know if he's able to like also physically or mentally react with her in any way.
No, because it seems like whenever he talks to Mrs. Morals, like teach her morals, like time stops because everything, because whenever he talks to her, like everything pauses, and then it continues after. So it's like they take a break in a different space to talk and then come back.
So she's got the Zach Morrison power. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like the other one who is like
she's there all the time.
Yeah, she's there all the time. She's floating the entire time.
She's just floating there the entire time, and she just can't be seen by the others. So, all right. Well, just a wondering of the entire situation, but yeah. So a destroyed festival, a destroyed town, and now the Chaos Dragon is returned. So more information, either that or Kangso gets a new pet of his own design, and he gets to just ravage the land even worse, I guess. I fucking know. I have no idea where this is ever gonna go with this, just because of how completely fucking just off this MC is. And yes, as I know, he just wants to go home, but I don't even know if he could. I don't even know if home would bring him any pleasure anymore now.
At this point, he's just gonna gain the power of the gods and go home himself.
At this point,
that's
he's
all
like,
I can see happening.
No, you had your chance to send me home. Now I'm gonna kill all of you.
Yeah, I know. It feels
I'm
like
not gonna be satisfied until I'm done.
It feels like, yeah, that won't even satisfy him if they were to send him home. He's like, no, I want revenge now. I'm gonna destroy you and everything else that you know. Anything in that one chapter though? Anything else though that we didn't bring up?
No.
All right. Well, we do have our final one here for the night. 2 chapters of the God of High School. A still out battle with I think Ryong, his true name, and well, I think that is supposed to be.
That's the name of the ancient
Origins.
dragon.
Is Ryong her name, or is that his?
Her name.
Okay, just the way she keeps saying it, it sounds like she's talking to him. But yeah, the ancient dragon versus Morijin, as they battle it out for the right to all of the Yules in the bone dragon graveyard there. But a pretty easy, concise battle that goes all the way out. We get a new Morijin original with Jichuk, basically slingshots Yule from the ground to cause a massive swing damage. But nothing, not too much information gets passed. It's more just a battle of understanding between the two, which just ends with our ancient dragon finally summoning the last piece of the original Yule from its captured place in the city, and her residing inside of it and telling, while all the other dragons have now pledged their allegiance to Morijin. But now he is now challenged with wielding this final Yule with her soul or presence inside of it. And at the same time, Park is finishing his summon, or I guess ritual, with Gaia, trying to gain her heart so that he can make his new world. And once again, the prophecy gets brought up as a part of this whole thing with
you got the new man. Yes.
These are the new man.
And it's not like Gaia.
Not the new man. These are the sons of the new man.
And it's not like even like Gaia was like, oh no, I won't let you. Gaia was just like, yeah, sure, whatever. This is part of the prophecy. Like,
well,
sure, take it.
She sees it like, oh, this the prophecy is being fulfilled. Okay, I'm supposed to go through with this, which also still brings up the fact is like, did she write this prophecy? Is she just a part of this? Who wrote this thing? Is she just going along with this? Yeah, but
was it here since the ancient times?
Yes. Was it before this time? Was it after? When did this come to fruition? Truly. But Park now has the heart of Gaia and the ability to create a new world, which now signals the end of all things. So,
oh no, the Earth is dying.
Well, I mean,
it's
the Earth's
time
already...
to gather the 7 Dragon Balls, wish for another planet, and then move to that one, guys, before Earth blows up, because that's literally what this planet is going to be, right? Because we're basically going to have it where they create new Earth, and then everyone moves to new Earth, right?
And then fights it out there.
right? Or am I wrong here? Because that's literally what I think that's gonna happen here, right? Like, just the plot of like Dragon Ball GT here is what it is.
Well, are we saying that everyone is that he's going to create New Earth and have all of those other people still survive? Or is he going to blow everything up? But they'll survive anyway.
But then at the end, Mori is going to win, and then they're going to try to transfer as many people to the New Earth as possible. That's like what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I either see that. I don't know how many people are still alive since the last safe haven was under siege.
Oh no! Oh, they can even take a step further. It could be they can also have it where like Mori sacrifices himself at the end and like he's the last person on Earth. Like, oh, okay.
I'll send everyone away and I'll be the last one to die.
Yes. It's fine. We're good. See, we wrote the end.
We wrote the end. We don't need to go any further. Everything else is just epilogue. It's just the story beyond this. What they did after that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We are still. I don't know how far away from the true final battle. I don't know if because now we still have. I mean, all of the dragons are now on Mori's side, but
nope, not all the dragons.
Oh, I'm trying to get that. All the dragons except the grandson is left, and that's the one that defected to go and serve the true king, I guess. So I don't know if now there needs to be a clash between Mori and the final dragon so that he can get his bone or something, or if we'll have Mori meet up with everybody because. I mean, I don't know who's going to be left alive anymore in the the Haven.
Okay. So, I had to look it up because this bothered me forever. All right.
What did?
Oh, the fucking monk's horse that we met before, he's a dragon, okay?
The horse is?
Huh?
Yes. The horse. Okay, so in the myths, okay, the horse is a fucking dragon.
Okay.
So it's not even supposed to be a horse.
So it's not supposed to be a horse. It's supposed to be a dragon.
It's a dragon that was forced to transform into a horse to transport the monk. And he only does one, and as far as I know, he only does something one time, okay? The rest of the time, he's a fucking horse, okay? This is why, that's why unless you actually specifically look up and read the fucking lore, it is something you miss because everyone thinks it's a fucking horse, which is why I also thought it was a fucking horse and not important to the fucking story. No, it's a dragon, alright? And also, it is the second dragon to become a horse because the first one dies, okay?
Okay. So the horse is important, but the horse ran away with Satan. So
I don't know why. It's still irrelevant, but yes.
Okay.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
I'm big confused.
I mean, you're not the only one for sure. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Where the hell is Satan? When is that other important line gonna come in and have to deal with?
Yeah, when's my boy gonna show up? You know, like
everyone's so split up right now. I'm
trying to see him and Jin Mori go
one more time.
Fuck up Blue Barn Park, man. One more time. We about to go see them throw hands again.
I mean, his true best friend.
At this point, I'm so confused about this story that I'm just excited for the fight scenes.
I'm in it for the fight scenes.
Gone full Naruto, is that it?
Yep, I've gone full Naruto.
Oh damn. I mean, you stay too long sometimes, and it can really run you down a hill super bad. But anything out of those last two chapters from God of High School though? Any other revelations outside of the horse dragon that we didn't notice?
No, I think I'm good on that, bud.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna be a little bit honest here. I think I'm good on that, bud.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end all the way through. So, hopefully everyone enjoyed all of the discussions that we've had so far tonight as well. If they've got any other ones, I know going forward we are going to be adding some new ones. We did put a poll up on Twitter not too long ago to figure out what we wanted to replace or add in, since we still have a few things on hiatus that have no current start date in their future. One of the winners that we did pick up was Hardcore Leveling. I know that Seraph has been the only one I think is currently mostly caught up on that out of this.
I'm a couple steps behind. I've been slacking on it. I'm gonna be honest.
You're closest to the fucking start than I am, so it's all good. But yeah, we're gonna probably be adding that one, and we're still debating on between the boxer and what was it? Sunlight Kiss, or with our
Crimson.
Not Crimson, not the Crimson one, but the other one with our princess.
Blinded by the
Sun. Yeah. So we do have a few other ones coming out.
No, let's do the boxer, man. That's the perfect anti-sport story.
You just want to be in the anti-sport world.
It is. It's the perfect anti-sport story. You read it, you're like, man, I am not motivated to do the sport at all. Like, it is so perfect in being anti-sport. It's not like any other sport genre story ever where you're like, man, I am hyped to read this. No, you read it.
I'm hyped to read that. I'm hyped to read it.
I'm hyped to read it, but I'm never hyped to do the sport ever. I do not want to do boxing ever.
Why, are you just afraid of the demon that will potentially appear within your time of boxing? You may get into the lull period, where you just
someone's just better than me. It's fine.
I mean, if we needed a better endorsement for anyone to go check out our recommendation of the boxer, there you go. The best anti-sport ever. Oh, goddamn. Oh, well, I think we're good on this one. We can go ahead and close it out. Seraph, if you want to fill us in on the closes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this episode of the Project WEBTOON podcast. If you liked, leave a like. Make sure to subscribe if you guys enjoy our content. And make sure to hit that little bell to stay updated on all of our content. We also have an online link down below for everything we have. Anchor, Spotify, Twitter, Apple Play Music, or Apple Play Podcasts, I guess that is? Yeah. iTunes Podcast?
iTunes Podcast.
I don't know. I don't have an Apple phone. I don't know what the hell that is. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you all have a good night, good day, depending on the time you guys are watching.
Yes. Thank you so much. Well, to close us out here, as always, it is your big man, Sleepy.
It is your boy, Seraph here.
And this is our Dragoon out.
Hey, everyone, take it easy out there.